the quarterfinals we go now, and it's the last one. It is the Dutch, it's the Turkish for a spot in the semi-finals. Who's going to take the chance? We're going to get into it. All of it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. Looking forward to the Dutch taking on the Turkish, that's right, for a spot in the Euro 2024 semi-finals, that's right. Can, of course, the Turkish be the dark horses we're all looking for and take the glory right under the noses from the Dutch? We'll get into all of that and more. If you're new, we've been. Smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Euro 2024 is right here under one Ruski. We're on the road right here, right now, but of course I've got to get this preview in because it's a big one. It's a tasty one. One that we didn't anticipate at the start of Euro 2024, but the Dutch and the Turkish are here on merit. I'm going to take a look at them in just a second. If you're new again, subscribe, smash a like, and a big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons, that's right. So let's get into this one and have a look at the match itself, of course, coming at you this coming Saturday. And of course, let's take a look at how we got to this stage. Let's start with the Dutch, who qualified as Group B runners-up way back on the 18th of November 2023. They've been here 10 times in the past. They, of course, won it once, or at least once anyway. Ronald Koeman's the manager, with Xavi Simons the star man in my eyes. They were in Group D, where they had odds of 11-4 to win the group, 5-1 on to qualify, and to win the whole thing, 16-1. The Dutch now making humongous strides following on from that big victory against Romania. 7-1 now, fifth favourites to go the distance. My expectation was a quarter-final, which is where they're at right now. Will they get any further than that? Well, standing in the way is Turkey, of course. Now, these are the resume for the Dutch coming into this. They did start with a convincing, or not convincing, but an okay win against the Poles. 2-1 win. Then a little bit hard done by against the French, 0-0 in there. And then, of course, they were outplayed by the hot shots that were Austria, who, of course, kind of peaked too soon, the Austrians. 3-2 in the end. Against the Dutch. But they did make it through as one of the unlucky or lucky third place teams. And then they took up Romania, and that is when they gained a lot of believers in the Dutch. They put to the sword Romania, 3-0 win in the end. They turned on the flare, turned on the star. That's now up to 7 goals scored in the 4 games. So looking pretty hot to trot as well. But like I said, they did qualify as one of the third place teams in the tournament. These are the players that they're relying on right here, right now, with the likes of Bart van Bruggen between the sticks, Jeremy Frimpong, De Vries, Ake, Dumfries there, Wijnaldum, we've got Gravenberch, Depay, Gakpo has been the main man. But of course, what will happen this time around? Well, let's take a little look then, shall we? Of course, at my expecting starting 11 for the Dutch, it looks a little bit like this. Of course, I have the Dutch cut right here, right now, with Verbruggen between the sticks, Ake, Van Dijk, De Ligt, Dumfries. We've got Simons, Wijnaldum, Reiners, Gakpo, Depay, Frimpong, all in the 11, and all trying to get them closer to glory in this competition. But will they get the glory? Well, standing in the way will be the Turkish, of course, who didn't expect to be here at this stage. But how did they get to this stage? Well, they qualified as Group D winners, and I stress you that no more. They're not here as runners-up. They didn't get here by a playoff. They came here as a group winner, so they've got something about them. And they're starting to show that right here in the competition. 15th of October 2023, they qualified. They've been here 5 times in the past. They are managed by Vincenzo Montella and the star man Hakan Çalhanoğlu. They were in Group F, where they had odds at 4-1 to win the group, 7-2 on to qualify. To win the whole thing, 50-1. Those odds now down to 33-1. They are the underdogs in this competition, and they are on the favourable side of the bracket. My expectation was the last 16th spot, but they've gone better than that. And they're now here to try and break it into the final 4, of course. Let's back that up a little bit. This is their resume so far, opening up with a 3-1 win over Georgia. They did lose to Portugal, 3-0 in the end, and they did pick up a narrow 2-1 win over Czechia to get through to the stage. Then they took on Austria. I think we all were thinking that this was going to be the end for Turkey. But guess what? 2-0 lead, and in the end, coming through 2-1 against one of the hot favourites, especially on this side of the bracket, Austria. Now they set themselves up for a quarter-final win or bust game against the Dutch. Can they get past them? Coming at you this coming Saturday. They did qualify as runners-up as Group F behind Portugal, level on points with Portugal. And I believe, if my mathematics is correct, Are these the only? Oh no, so the Dutch and the French were in the same group, Portuguese and the Turkish were in the same group. Regardless, these are the key players that have got Turkey to this point. With the likes of Demiral with them 2 goals last time around, Yoksulu, Koku, Kagaloglu, Gula, of course the hot shot there, Cech Thompson, Yaksiti, they're all in there. Everyone knows all about them. But what about my starting 11 then? Well, we're going to take a little look at my starting 11 right here, right now, for the Turkish. I don't know about suspension, so please let me know what's going on in that regard. But this is my 11 for you. We got Gunok between the sticks, Mulder, Adiakin, Demiral, Silic, Gula, Koku, Kagaloglu, Yoksulu, Yaksiri, Thompson up top. Of course, I think if my memory serves me when I look back on the stats there, they did have a lot of yellow cards. There might be a few players short because of that, but regardless, I think when most people are fit, that should be the 11 for the Turkish heading into this one. Well, let's take a look at the game then, shall we, of course, and build up to it. Coming at you this Saturday, with, of course, the Dutch with Koeman in the dugout, Turkey with Vincenzo Montella in the dugout. They have played each other 7 times since 2010. 4 wins for the Dutch, 2 wins for Turkey, 1 draw at the moment. The Dutch, though, 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against the Turkey team, just 1 defeat in the last 4. 58% form for them heading into this one. The most recent match between these two sides back in September 2021, it was the World Cup qualifying phase for Qatar. The Dutch came out top with an impressive 6-1 win. Turkey's last win wasn't that long ago, back in March 2021. In fact, they've unbeaten. They were actually just 1 defeat of the last 4 against the Dutch heading into this one. So they're recently not too bad record against the Dutch. But what about the bookies? The bookies currently have the Dutch at 7-4 on favoured here. 5-1 is your Turkey. 29-10 is the draw, which of course means penalty shootouts and beyond that. What about the public vote? Well, the public vote is out there, and you guys have been voting in your droves. 71% gone with the Dutch, 29% gone with Turkey. But what about me? What is my take on this one? We've already done my quarterfinal prediction. It's already out there. And then, of course, we had a big old long drive up from Georgia all the way up here to Pennsylvania. And I thought about this game long and hard. And now, the Dutch, yes, they delivered a good performance against Romania, but Turkey have been grinding out the results recently. Impressive against Georgia, Czechia as well. And then that result against Austria kind of gave me a little bit of maybe I backed the wrong horse in this one. Maybe I should be backing Turkey on this one. So it's going to be tight. It's going to be close. It might even get dragged into penalties and extra time and penalties. But I think I have to eat my words a little bit and change my mind. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Turkey. That's right. They're going to cause a surprise at this side of the bracket. I'm not necessarily saying they're going to go and win the whole thing, but I think they can get past the Dutch. Then, of course, the semi-finals will be a different argument. But, of course, at this stage, I'm going to back the Turkey, eat my words, change my mind. Of course, that's the state of play currently in regards to Euro 2024. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about that. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I know the public vote are backing the Dutch, but maybe you had the same thought that I have. Maybe it's time for Turkey to rise. Anyway, that's it. Get involved. Smash the like. Smash the subscribe. Catch you later for those semi-finals, whenever they are. But until then, we're done.